Forward this to the YouTubes tonight because I haven't done that for like 3 episodes now.
Stuck in my lip gloss.
Hold on, let me read this show open. That's right, folks. Only you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I like this. I like this. You ready to do a show?
Yeah.
I suppose we should do one. Let's go, everybody. Hold on to your potatoes. It's time to do a Horseshoes hand grenade.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm very sorry. Here we go. Boop 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 boop. All right, here we go. Welcome to the one and only program that can cause your resting brain to pierce the cosmos with a spike of pure energy. That's right, folks. Only here can we cause an exploding lance to burst forth from your cranium and drill through the cake lake-like layers of the universe. Will you see what you will see when you tune into Horseshoes and Hand Grenades on March 22nd, 2018 for episode 418, Circle-Shaped Bum Holes and Dudes Who Can't Read Good. And they can't hit buttons good either. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings you the latest and greatest from odd, crazy news from all over the planet. We are like the house party upstairs that you really just want to shut up, but then at some point you bang on the roof with your broom enough times that you're like, oh, wait, this music is kind of awesome. I think I'll go upstairs and join in. So you march upstairs and you bang on the door and your neighbor's like, oh, it's cool, man, we'll all turn it down and whatnot. And you're like, no way, that odd news sounds so much fun, so I'm just gonna jump in there and start bouncing with you. And you're all bouncing and you're jumping around, jump around, get up and get down. And you're all like, what? This is the best time ever. And then you're like, oh, what? We gotta pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I gotta go back downstairs because it's time for my bedtime. What? It's Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on this lovely show. Very happy to have you.
That was beautiful.
I am your host, Steven, joined as always by the amazing, the wonderful, the incredible, the tie-dyed shirt with a head. Smashy.
I'm so hype now. Like, get hype.
You're so hype?
Yeah, I'm so hype. I'm so hype. That was because they always play the jumpy song. Because we did a Dragon Con and I had to pee and I tinkled my pants and I had to run to the bathroom and pee for real.
That's because you have stress incontinence.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
It makes you feel like you're gonna wee your pants if you have a full bladder and you jump. And so I had to run to the bathroom. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna pee my pants for real. It was scary.
Thank you for the bits.
I am Var.
Thank you for the bits, Var. 100 bits from Var. Thank you so much. That's amazing. You're the best. Yeah, I was gonna throw in a Jeopardy joke, but then it just kept. Then we had the bits and hi. It's been a while since we've done the show, Smash. It's been 2 weeks since the world has known what we have on our minds. Which is a lot, apparently. Lots of really good.
So the intro.
Yeah,
this was so important last week, but it's been 2 weeks since I had the dream. So, well, it wasn't even a dream. So it was like the night, a couple days after I started doing the 16-hour fast. And I was laying in bed and Jacob was like asleep-ish. And did I tell this story already?
I don't think so. It's been a couple weeks, so the chances are
wibbly wobbly. No, it was after the last show.
Time is timey wimey,
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. So I was laying there and I felt like, this is so weird, but it was so cool. Like I felt my consciousness like burst out of my skull and pierce the layers of the cosmos and like shine forth just everywhere. And I'm like, I'm everything. And it was so cool. It was like this just intense, crazy moment where I was like, it was so wicked. And I could see the layers of everything. And then Jacob talked.
So you were
I was
having
so angry.
A multi-dimensional experience there, or you were on acid.
I know that's what it sounds like you were doing. It was so weird because I'm like, what just happened? Because like, it was black and white too, so it was like this really radioactive fuzzy white. Because if I dream in color. I've never dreamed of black and white, but I was awake and I could just feel like it was just pew! like just a beam. And I was like, I need that back. Like, that was so amazing. I have to have that back. And then Jacob talked again, and I'm like, I will kill you. Like, you are dead to me.
I wonder if not eating is the key to transcending, you know? Because it's very, very possible that, you know, that your conscious ventured off into another plane.
I mean, I still get like 1,200 calories a day. I eat. It's just, I don't.
Does it, so, okay, explain to me, because we've discussed, so okay, first of all, tell the people in the world what on earth you're talking about.
So there's, like, fasting is good for you, blah, blah, blah. They've done studies. And not a lot of them have been done on humans, which is kind of concerning, but whatever. Tapeworms are essentially the same as us, right? No, they're not.
Yeah, I don't come out of other people's butts and lay eggs.
Yeah, that's...
It's not a feature that I...
Yeah, that's...
I'm just going to climb up your butt, and then I'm going to lay my eggs when you take a poo, and then we'll climb back up there again. And it's cool. It's all fine. I live here now.
I live here now.
I'm here to eat your B12 and lay eggs in your poop.
I mean, I do. I
don't know why I'm doing cat ears.
I don't know. Like, what are you, like, one of those, like, flat-headed... You're a hookworm.
This is what a tapeworm looks like in my head. A little flappy. Spaghetti Stain Mod, thank you again for another 10 bits. You are the best.
Yay!
We appreciate it so much.
If you meet Randolph Center Smash, tell him hi for me. Who's
Randolph Carter? I don't know. We may find out.
Is he a meth head or something?
Another 10 bits. Thank you so much, Spaghetti Stain Mod.
Bar,
okay, so
awesome.
so
Bar's
fasting.
had a broken leg and had nothing better to do than watch ads for bits.
It's probably true. Nothing better to do. Like, make a map. I'm not telling her. It's fine. You're fine. Inside baseball. So, okay, fasting. Fasting is a thing where you don't eat.
Happening?
I'm picking on VAR because I just do that.
I don't know something.
Yeah, it's fine.
What don't I know?
You would know things if you hung out in the Discord at twodorks.net/Discord with the rest of us noodleheads.
So hard to finish this freaking draft. Like, so hard. Like, I want nothing more in the world for it to be done. And it's exciting and it's awesome. Then
do it. Do you want to do this here? Do you want to do this here? Because I'm ready. I'm ready.
So
I have zero sympathy for you.
I had a conversation with your wife yesterday about how this is my job and how I need to tell everybody I'm busy. She calls me today at 2:00 and says, I'm having a meltdown. I need to come over. And I'm like,
yeah, did you tell her that you were busy and you were working today?
She said she was having a meltdown. What was it? And I'm just like, yeah. So I was like, I got up, I got dressed, I waited. Mom texted me and she's like, Stephanie said she was laying down on the couch with Sam. And I'm like, she said she wasn't going to bother me until she got over here, which would be about 30 minutes. So I wrote the whole time thinking every time a car drove by. And then like 45 minutes later, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to come. And I'm like, I need to have a conversation.
You've never done that to her.
Like, I need to have a conversation with my family.
You've never done that.
Done what?
I'll be there at 2. 4:00 rolls around. Oh, yeah. It's kind of late now. Boom, 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 boom. Awkward.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's fine. Talk about fasting.
Okay.
Talk about fasting.
I don't know, whatever.
I want to talk about fasting.
It's just like, it's fasting. It's 12.
I want to talk about what you
eat for 8 hours in like a little 8-hour window and you fast for 16.
Yeah. So but I want to understand like why 16 hours, why 12.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that do like one meal a day, or they'll do like eat, stop, eat. They'll eat 2 days and then like fast 2 days. It's just whatever works out for you. For women, they're saying not to fast more than like 16, 17 hours, just because it can negatively affect your hormone. You can lose your period, yada yada yada. So
is that a bad thing?
I don't think so. I wouldn't have an issue with that at all.
I feel like most people would be like, okay, yes. The lady at the grocery store one time said it was awesome, and she didn't need to tell me that, but she did.
Wait, why were you having a conversation about a lady's
period at the grocery store? It was an incident in which there were products being bought, and the lady was like, oh, glad I don't need these anymore. And it was like, no, wait, you don't have to talk about things.
Oh my God, I have a story, and it's so inappropriate. Like, the only person who will get it is a woman, but I have to tell it.
Are there any women in the audience? No? Okay.
I have to tell it. Steven, can I tell it?
Yeah, it's your microphone. Go.
Okay. This is okay. So there is something called a menstrual cup. It's a silicone cup that you shove up your vagina.
This is a bad idea.
It's so.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's not okay. Women have periods. Big, like, who gives a shit? That means they're healthy and they're functioning properly. So instead of shoving like cotton up your hoo-ha and then like throwing it away in the trash and having a South Park episode about dead babies. Ashley. Okay, never mind. They're telling me not to tell the story. Never mind.
No, you don't listen to them. You listen to me. You tell your story. You have the power here.
So you wear these little cups, and it's just great. It's a little silicone cup, and then you just like, ta-da! You don't even know that you have any problems. They work by suction, basically. So they stay up in your vaginal walls.
Like an octopus?
Like, it's just a little cup. You, like, fold it, pops up there, goes, like, ta-da! I'm in you! Yay! You don't have to worry about anything for days!
You've heard that before.
Like, if you're having sex and someone has to announce, I am in!
Yay!
We have successfully coitus. What's that tit? Coitled?
I think, yeah, past tense.
Coitus.
We have coited.
Copulated.
We've copulated. Yes,
that's what it is.
I feel like that's like having sex with a robot. You just hello. We have copulated.
Going downhill so quickly.
We have succeeded in putting things in other things. Beep boop. Beep
But
boop bop.
what is successful copulation? Is it like both people are pleased? The guy is pleased?
Ooh.
The woman is pleased?
Or is it simply a transfer of bodily fluids from one body to another?
Right. Or is it just, I'm in?
So if you just put the thing in the other thing, it's just kind of like, I don't know if you would call that a full-on,
That's like a docking.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I think that's a bad thing that Brad taught me about.
I was like, wait a minute. It was not the glass and the penis thing.
I'm pretty
can't
sure
remember.
that's the gross thing that Brad was like, yes, that is called this. And I was like, what? Gross.
He's got his card game, his board game nights on Tuesday now. So I'm just like, where is our sex wizard? Someone look up docking.
Okay, so Yeshbot says when a baby is formed, that's success.
That really depends on who you're talking to. I know a lot of women that would disagree with that.
They would be like, no, that's called failure. That means that something didn't go right.
If all sex ended in babies, guys would be using their hands a lot.
It's probably true.
Religious school. We went to religious school and learned that any sort of looking at the opposite sex was bad and you would go to hell and you should be ashamed of your naturally God-given feelings.
Yeah, and that if you get caught kissing at the mall, the teachers will put you at different ends of the school.
Is that stupid? I'm like, that's outside of school!
It is, yeah, I know, and they intruded on your personal life because they're worried about your immortal soul. No, they're crazy.
Buckley.
How about we engage this conversation and then we figure out how to help you properly deal or work through or maintain, like, yes, you can have a relationship and do these things. Here's some ways that you might want to prevent doing this thing if you don't want to do this thing before you're supposed to do this thing. You know? Like, it's if it happens, it happens. Here's some ways that you can, here's
emotions
stuff
and feelings
it's
and
very
hormones,
difficult.
and it's not just Jesus is going to frown at you and go, huh.
It's like, hey, there was a time when people got married when they were 14, and that was because they got feelings like that, and they were like, oh, y'all are 14. Y'all are like ready to be like rabbits. Go do it.
I would be screwed if I married the person I was dating when I was that young.
Oh, yeah, but back in the day, he'd be a farmer and wouldn't be like such a butthole, maybe.
I don't know if he would have been a butthole. I just think I would have cheated on him multiple times.
Okay, you would have been a butthole. So it's good you're not a butthole. Yeah. Swear jar.
Why is Jesus French? Jesus!
Oh, yes, I'll save your soul.
Oh my God, can we find
Would you like a baguette? Can we find a
so
French
funny.
Jesus?
I've never thought about, like I've always known there was, like, Jesus wasn't white, even though the Renaissance painting have a very white bearded, sandy bearded man.
Yeah, but that's just because that's what they all looked like,
Right. But I'm just like a French Jesus. Your own.
It's like a beret, maybe. He's got a beret and carries a baguette. It's like, I will save you. Oh, some cheese.
I would like to have the Polish dinner with you.
Okay, that seems
stop.
Polish dinner. What?
I don't know. I tried to do a French accent and it came out something. What do Polish people sound like? Kind of German, but softer.
They sound. Only Polish person I've ever heard was a Polish dude who helped develop The Witcher in an interview, and he sounded like me and you. He spoke better English than we did.
Steven, I've been so I've decided blah, 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 I'm gonna change my life and direct my course.
Today is the new day.
Bullshit, blah blah. Yeah. So I've been studying
You swear.
hiragana, like the Japanese. There's what are the easiest Japanese characters to learn?
I don't know. See, Mitch, what are the easiest Japanese characters to learn?
Hiragana. Does he speak Japanese?
To some degree.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
There's
I know.
hiragana, katakana, and then kanji. Hiragana is like the basis of everything. The katakana is like used for foreign words, and then kanji is Japanese characters that tell like they mean things.
They
like
tell,
one
like, a
character
meaning.
will mean
Like your butt is on fire is its own kanji word. It would probably be fire butt.
Well, there are like over 2,000 kanji, so you probably could find one that has to deal with anal
fire.
flammability.
Anal flames. Definitely one of them.
That's what we need to name the show, anal flammability.
That's what happens when you eat hot wings.
Or you are not allowed to have female friends.
He had a cup of wasabi. He now has anal flames.
We should open a food truck called Anal Flammability.
Anal flammability, and it's all like hot food that hurts worse on the way out than the way in.
We
Like,
should just
boop, boop, boop.
we've not accomplished any story yet, so we should just factoid.
In the U.S. alone, more than 10 billion donuts are made every year. Someone was hungry when they made these notes. Was this you? No, he did the
It was
factoid.
because I was looking up the spelling of donut, because I'm like, I recall donut being a longer word than this lazy D-O-N-U-T bull crap.
I like the D-O-N-U-T. It's more fun to spell, or more fun to look at. It has a
Exactly,
Homer Simpson vibe.
It's considered appropriate now. It's been added, but
Right.
it was never correct. That's not how you donut, subject. That's how you spell donut.
Yeah, but I like D-O-N-U-T. But I like this version.
Donut. It's like the classy I went to finishing school donut, and then the you and Tater donut.
Yeah, me and Tater eat donuts. You eat donuts.
Subject. I don't care if I get. I want a beignet. Like F all of y'all.
Ooh, have you ever been to the A's Beignets food truck? A's Beignets.
AIDS?
Not AIDS as in like the autoimmune deficiency. A's. Like the Oakland A's. A's Beignets.
No.
Yeah, that's the
Where
word
is
I was
that?
looking for. So it's a food truck, so it moves. You have to find it. You have to find out where it's
We
going
need
to
like
be.
the map, like every video game. We've been playing Mario. Well, we beat Mario Odyssey.
Oh, you beat it?
Yeah, we beat it.
I've had it for months. I haven't beat it. I'm still in food land.
If you get enough sleepy time shines, it opens the dark side of the moon. But that's supposed to be something, because it opens more moons after you beat the game.
Yeah.
Like every
You
Mario
can always
game
do
ever.
more, yeah.
Yeah. So you're supposed to, they like encourage you to go collect more so you could open the dark side of the moon. But we beat it, and then it's like, you've got enough that it's open. And we're like, yeah, we didn't leave an area without finding at least 90% of the sleepy time.
Oh, yeah. I just eat all the shines in the place. I'm like, ooh, shine, shine, shine. Oh, there's more? And like, you got enough shines to move to the next city. That's nice. I'm going to continue ignoring you because there's these other ones over here. It's the
Steven is a
greatest game.
completionist. I think that's where I can't, like, I like platforming games, but I really like exploring and doing puzzles so much more because
Oh, yeah.
I throw stuff when I'm unhappy.
Yeah, don't get unhappy. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't have that. I was building a soundboard before we did the show. Sam went to
And
bed
then
at
what
like
happened?
7.
Did he really?
Then it was
'cause he did a
showtime.
nap.
So I've got a soundboard, right? But I
Yes.
only have so many buttons. And I got annoyed at the idea they only have so many buttons. So I started building a soundboard where I can put all the sounds in it and more sounds and tons of sounds in a search bar. So I can just type the sound I want, and then all the relevant sounds to that character set will come up. So like if I type WTF, WTF will be the thing that shows up in the top of the list.
Did you do the thing?
I made it. I made the framework for it, but I've got to put all the sounds in it. I haven't done that yet.
I don't like when you say soundboard, I envision something physical. I would pick up the soundboard that's right there, but it's on a short wire. So I picked up a Rubik's Cube.
Which is the same thing.
Like
soundboard.
It's physical. Like I want to turn the knobs and tweak the
Oh,
nipples.
no, this is just a piece of software that plays sounds. So it's not, it's not a board with sounds. But it could be.
So you're just like, I typed WTF. I'm like, why do you type on the soundboard? Because I got to do the physical thing because I'm an old person.
World news. Man driving with fake Homer Simpson license pulled over by police. A driver who was pulled over by UK police attempted to pass off a Homer Simpson driving license as his own personal ID. You know what? If he looked close enough to it, maybe so. When an officer from the Thames Valley Force in England recently stopped an unidentified male driver in Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire. Ooh, I got that way wrong. Buckinghamshire. She was Buckinghamshire. I ain't going over there and get some bucks for hire. She was handed a license featuring a picture of the Simpsons character making his signature dough face and the signature H Simpson. They said signature twice, and that's upsetting to me.
Doesn't that bother you? I'm like, don't like use a thesaurus.
And dough face sounds too much like O face, and that bothers me too. Details of the incident were shared online by the department's official Twitter account. Stop using Twitter, policeman. The driver's car was seized and he was reported for driving with no insurance and driving without a proper license. Thames Valley Police tweeted alongside a picture of the ID. However, Twitter was quick to point out that the driver didn't even bother with his fictional alter ego's correct contact information, listing 28 Springfield Way, USA as his home address. Clearly a fake, commented user Mark Chunder. Homer lives at 742 Evergreen Terrace. So, hey, you were even wrong in your address, Mr. Person who used this ID.
How old was he? Like that he thought that would work?
It's hard to say. We don't have any information because this story decided not to tell us. And this is Time, which is upsetting. Time should tell us everything we ever wanted to know about it.
Man, I'm assuming 18.
Yeah, sure. Man.
Well,
18 men.
18 men. I'm like clear where I need more information. That is a beautiful license.
Oh, did you not see the picture?
I see it now.
It's wonderful.
Was it? Oh, he included it. I didn't scroll down.
I'm trying to get to it so I can put it on the screen for the people, But I can't because I can't get to Twitter. That's the best. I can't get to Twitter. Oh. You want to see what my thing looks like when I try to go to Twitter? It says that. This page was blocked by BlockSite extension. You've already tried this 4 times. Seriously, you should do something else.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. It not only blocks the site for me, it shames me too.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It's the best extension ever. Like, the only downside is when people from work post something that's relevant to, like, our application or something we do that somebody posted on Twitter. They're like, hey, here's a thing you posted on Twitter. I'm like, oh, cool, click. Oh, can't go there.
Like, I haven't seen anything on Twitter. Like, I actually went, because I haven't been on anything, but I went to Twitter to post the pictures. Like, you have 97 billion notifications, because I didn't get on it last week to post a picture, and I'm just like, not open Twitter in 2 weeks for any reason. Winning.
Yeah, don't do it. It's a good idea to never open Twitter. That's what I've learned. It's definitely deleted.
Are you telling people about the project you're doing for social media?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about my project. That would make it real.
I was hoping that would be the case because I think that's a phenomenal project.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about it. I'm just going to let people think I'm talking about it. Or I'm going to let people not know. I mean, you don't tell people your projects.
Well, I'm
not telling people any of my 18 projects that I've thought of in the last 20 years of my life.
Well, one of them is going to happen this weekend, which is exciting.
It is. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's going to be fun. I'm excited about that one. Mysteries.
You guys are so excited.
You guys, everybody's so pumped about it, and they don't even know why. Ha, 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 ha. It benefits all of us, really. Small town news. Var does remember the dice boxes. I have one.
Didn't you actually just make a new one?
Yeah, I have it stained. I need to stain it again, and then I need to glue the felt down, and it's pretty much done.
Yeah, he actually has been doing the fun thing, and he's been doing something that you guys will find out about soon, which is the best thing ever. Like, they prototyped it. So, Wisconsin police searching for serial toilet clogger. Oh, I really should have told my story.
Oh, do they poop in the toilet, or do they just put stuff in there?
Maybe a silicone cup fell in there.
Gross. No. I don't.
Police are on the hunt for a stinker costing the city of Sheboygan. That's such a fun word.
Yeah, that's definitely a Wisconsin town. Sheboygan.
Costing the city of Sheboygan in Wisconsin thousands of dollars in repair costs by repeatedly clogging the toilet inside a woman's public restroom. She does not eat enough flax seeds, maybe.
It's like that running pooper.
How would you... So I understand that my diet is slightly different and I eat lots of flax and vegetables and yada, yada, yada. And I can't recall a time in the past, like, I don't know, forever, where I've had an issue. How would you take a dump so big that it would literally not work for American plumbing?
I mean, I've let one go in that toilet and stuffed it up twice downstairs.
Oh my god, you used the yardstick?
I stopped. Okay. Did we ever tell this story on the show?
I don't know, but tell it again.
So I had to vent at one point. Stephanie's parents were staying with us. Story time. I feel like I need a crackling fireside, like fire noise. But Stephanie's parents were staying with us, and I was like, I gotta go poo. So somebody was in the upstairs bathroom, so I went in the downstairs bathroom. I took care of my business, and I flushed the toilet, and it didn't go down. It just didn't.
How?
I don't know. I don't have answers, but it did go down. So I was like, well, crud. And the plunger was outside, and I knew it was just a turd in the toilet. It wouldn't go. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I've heard of people breaking these up with a stick before.
Oh my god.
Help them go down the toilet. So I was like, I'll just go get a yardstick. So I went out in the garage. I took my yardstick. I broke it in half because I'm not going to use it again. And I go back into the toilet, and I go to break the thing up, and I flush. And then make sure everything goes down, and I'm happy. And, the yardstick looks okay, but I'm going to throw it away. I come walking out of the bathroom, and Stephanie's mom is standing there in the kitchen. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and we both knew that I had a yardstick and was in the bathroom for some reason. And I was like, I know what this looks like, and I'm just going to be... I said, I'm just going to be honest with you. I put a giant turd in that toilet, and I needed to break it up. No! I'm really sorry that this looks... It's fine. Everything is good now. And I went outside. I threw the stick away.
I can't imagine. Like, I wish I could have seen my poor mother's... Like, my mom
she was
is
just like, okay.
The regent of our DAR chapter in West Virginia. Like, that's as much as you could picture a woman. Like, that's like...
Then your mom, Stephanie, comes down later, and I recap this story to her, and your mom just goes, I just thought he was in there with a ruler for another reason, and that was fine too.
I wonder how much the pumping stump has made me grow this way.
Your mom first thought was that I was in there measuring my wiener.
Mom's freaking pervert. Like, behind that angelic face is the mind of a pervert.
Your mom thinks I'm measuring my wiener, and then I have to tell her that no, I was just breaking up a turd with this yardstick.
How would you get something that big out of your anus? Like, where would you store it?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that I've had some big turds in my life, but that was a different kind of day. That was a day where you remind yourself that fiber and large quantities of water are all good for you.
That's why I don't have a problem.
Just drink lots of water. I don't know. I could count like 3 times. No, 2 times really where I've ever stopped up a toilet with a turd.
Like, I can't.
With
like,
a single turd. Like, I've put toilet paper, you know, when you've had a bad day, you know what I mean? Stuff goes down there and you're like, crap. Especially your sister's toilet in your house, in your parents' house. Oh my gosh. That thing flushes like it's just like you take a garden hose and the water pressure coming out of a garden hose and you just stuff it in there. And it's like flow, flow, flow. Nope. I'm not going down. There's no water pressure. And then you flush it again. It's like a small, slow, like a slow whirlpool. Like it's ridiculous. Like you could stir it faster than this thing is going. I'm just like, would you please?
Like, I feel like I would like to tour the United States for everybody that can say something inside of me was so big and solid that it would not go down an American toilet plumbing system.
It depends on the toilet. Like I can clog the one upstairs at your parents' house in a minute because it just doesn't work. The guest room one does, so I go in there all the time. But like when I first started staying with you guys, back when me and Stephanie were dating, like the first 2 years of our relationship,
in the guest bedroom.
If I went pooping upstairs in her bathroom, I'm like, I need a plunger. And y'all don't believe in leaving the equipment for people to handle their own problems in the bathroom where they can get to it.
We eat vegetables.
Listen, I need to know, show of hands, who is very grateful to have a toilet and a scrubber and some cleaning materials in the bathroom when they poop all over the toilet at a friend's house.
Well,
I know I am.
You keep bathroom. So you should have poopery. You should have wet wipes, and then you should have like the disposable toilet.
The cleaner things, yeah. But you should also have a plunger for that one friend who clogged your toilet and he wants to fix it himself. He wants to get in there and go, oh, crap, I grabbed the plunger, I'm going to do this, and I'll just fix it up, and then walk out of the room, and nobody knows what happened. Instead of having to come out and go, hey, buddy, no, we just met a few days ago, but I need a
actually like
plunger.
to know how many women have had that issue with something that wasn't like a feminine product, and they're just like, oh, crap, I accidentally flushed a diaper. Like...
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have your answers.
I just like what are you like? How do you get it out?
it just goes. You don't really think about it. I've had a turd hurt before. I had one come out look like Thor's hammer. It came out sideways, just break you open. It's awful. You talk to my dad about it. He'll tell you all kinds of good stories.
That's because he's from Alabama and you guys live on bacon, grease, and Cheetos.
Oh my gosh. Kelly does say they keep a scrub brush and plunger in their guest bathroom, and Og says you should put an alarm under the plunger so if someone grabs it, everyone knows. The plunger has been removed.
I feel like if you're gonna do something
slow and steady.
Right? Like if you're like that's why you need coconut oil in your anus for the times that you have not drank water and had too much cheese and not eaten a vegetable in a month.
You want to know something that's really personal that I'm going to tell you on the show because you guys are all my friends? The first hemorrhoid I ever got, I was like 22, and it was at a Barnes & Noble. I remember it vividly.
Oh,
I had
Lord,
one.
Those were the nastiest bathrooms, too.
I had one, and it was like, I didn't know that you shouldn't just make it come out. You know, like just get it out of your body. And I pushed a little too hard. And that was my first hemorrhoid ever. And I was like, oh man, I didn't know what it was. I went skateboarding later. And I was like, this is uncomfortable. I kept thinking it would go away. And it didn't.
So you shit out part of your insides with your giant Thor hammer poop.
Something like that. Yep. Yeah, my first hemorrhoid. Then once you get your first one, you'll get more. Yeah, Spot, I guess I was hungry after all.
Yeah, Coleman had to stop listening while he was eating.
I really like Barnes & Noble restrooms. Barnes & Noble, Bed Bath & Beyond are the best, which is kind of figures, but they're the best. But Barnes & Nobles are actually kind of fun. And
no, it looks like they took the rag, dumped it in the toilet, and then wiped the mirrors off with it.
They probably did.
Like, cause it's got like you could actually see the marks. I'm like, what are you cleaning the mirrors with? Like axle grease?
So let's be honest. I'm a dude. I go in the bathroom to poop, pee, and leave. I don't care what the mirror looks like. It doesn't matter to me. Because Zafo says the gas station between Montgomery, Alabama, and Biloxi, Mississippi is pretty bad. Any bathroom,
good or bad?
Any gas station that says clean restrooms with a big billboard by the highway is the worst. Don't ever go to those. Those are the worst. And don't go to any like Love Station or something where there's like truck stop type deals. Those are always pretty rough too.
Those are when we went to the Tomasi school for the DAR trip, we stopped at they actually had special like locked. They looked like hotel bathrooms. There was like a robe in there and like a shower and slippers and like it was just immaculate. They let us into. And I'm like, that's right. We're the DAR.
Like I could live in here. Our bathrooms at work have full like closet stalls. Like the door goes from top to bottom.
The nice places have the full like, so you feel encapsulated with your own.
Oh yeah.
Roommate.
Yeah, you're in there trapped with your own essence.
That's why you travel with poopery.
Right. C-Mitch can probably attest to the idea that if you were to go in our work bathrooms, if you were to close any of those doors and not actually go in, just close them, no one would ever be able to go in that stall. Because no one would ever walk up and pull the handle to see if anybody's in there. You just close the door. You don't know if anybody's in there because you can't see feet. So it would be a disaster.
Why wouldn't you just like knock or push on the handle?
Because you walk in, if I see the door shut, I'm just like, oh, there's 3 people pooping in here. I got to go somewhere else. Like,
That's so weird. Like, if I walk into the bathroom and all the things are shut, like
you start pulling and knocking on people's business?
No, I just like push gently, and if it's locked, then I walk away.
Why would you do that?
Because I have to take a piss, Steven. I pee every 30 minutes. Like, toilet time is important to me.
But there's people.
I don't have time to go look all over the place for another freaking bathroom.
You wouldn't you assume that there were people in there and you just go, I'll find a different bathroom?
Do you know how many idiots I have seen standing outside of a bathroom door for 15 minutes and I finally look at them and go, did you try the door? Oh, well, it was shut. Did you try the door? Click, click.
No.
Oh my God, I feel so stupid. You should go pee. I'm about to piss my pants.
No. Like not like a one bathroom kind of thing at a restaurant, but like a stall. Like
I just I don't like walk up to it and go, well, bam! This is the piss police. Get out! I'll either politely or I'll just like.
Be like, I would be so annoyed. I'd be like, there is someone in here. The door is shut. Like, just go away, you person.
Gravity makes them shut. And some people just close them behind them because they're like, I took a shit and make it smell bad. I closed it in because I'm smart.
Don't make me talk while I'm pooping in the bathroom. Like, don't make me go.
You don't have any breath left, apparently, because you're shitting out a baby-sized turd. Like, what the hell have you been doing? I need to go to my garage to get a freaking measuring tool to break up something that just fell out of my anus so it can be in small enough parts to flush down my plumbing. What are you doing?
Hey. So what do you say when the cleaning staff comes in the bathroom and knocks to see if anybody's in there? What is your answer? Like, or in any instance, like if somebody, you're at a restaurant, it's one bathroom, somebody comes and knocks on the door, what do you say?
I mean, it normally depends. I either say like I think I normally say 1 second.
Oh, okay.
If it's a guy coming in the bathroom going, I come to clean your potties for little girls, I'm like. I will be finished in 5 minutes. GTFO until then.
I usually say occupied, but I didn't know what everybody said. Like, I think
that's fairly common. I'm an idiot, so I just like 1 second.
1 second, even though I'll be in here forever because I'm Ashley and I'm reading a book.
So I downloaded. There's an app called Tiny Cards, which just like my favoriteest app ever, and they've got like U.S. presidents, they've got the anatomy, they've got like the bones, and they've got. I told you I was practicing the hiragana, so they've got the little symbols like cards, and so it shows you the symbol or whatever it is, picture of the president, and then you touch it and it flips over. Like I'm doing hieroglyphics too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I thought I'm like, how many people know hieroglyphics? That would be really cool.
That'd be really useful.
Right? For all the youth I'm gonna meet.
Yeah, when I go to Egypt.
20 years of my life. Oh, put a pin in that. The mummies zombies thing. I have a question for you.
Mummies.
So it's like this. Yeah, you're gonna love this. It's like this really cool little app, and you just flip through the cards. So like, I'll sit in there and do that, and then I'll be like, I've literally been sitting on the toilet, like just to sit on the toilet because I've been done peeing for like, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. See, I don't understand how you pull out your phone when you go pee. Like, I mean, when I go pee and I'm done. But when I sit down,
up.
So when you sit down, even though you know you're just going to go pee, you still get out your phone?
So
this is why you make your phone boring.
I forget and I leave my phone on the counter in the bathroom. So when I go sit down, I'm like, oh, be Scandy. And then like I get up and leave it in there. Because I'm on my computer, so everything pops up on my computer, like even phone calls, right? So I forget, and since we're not on social media anymore, so
phones are boring when you're not on social media.
What do I need my phone for? So I go sit to pee, and I'm just like, oh, I can practice my cards really quick. I can multitask.
Yeah. I'm trying to go back to thinking about things when I sit on the toilet. You know, like just
I can't. I've never been able. Like even when I was little, I would get out like Barbies and inject their heads with Listerine and stuff. I couldn't just sit there.
That sounds like a really great torture device.
To inject someone's head with Listerine?
Yeah, I feel like that would do the trick. You know.
I think I was probably supposed to be a serial killer. Like, if I didn't have Jesus in my life, I'm pretty sure I would be a very bad person.
I don't think you'd probably be like a Mr. Brooks. You know, you just do it, but you'd be really good at it. Like that's one thing I loved about that movie. Do you remember that movie, Kevin Costner, Mr. Brooks?
He killed people?
Yeah, he was a serial killer, but it was told from like this really empathetic point of view. Like he's like, I have a disease. And I go find people and I kill them, and I'm really good at it, so I never get caught. And he's like, it's awful, and I hate myself, but this is who I am.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know that I would have any remorse whatsoever, though.
Oh no, he had some sort of remorse. He just felt like it was kind of his thing, like he needed to do it. The worst part of that movie was Dane Cook. Other than that, it was pretty good.
Dane Cook, did he die?
No, he was just Dane Cook was being Dane Cook, and it was like, how did you get to act with like William Hurt and Kevin Costner, like that? I don't get it. But
I feel like I've seen that, but
you did. I think we went to see it together.
Maybe that was it.
It was a group. We did that. Anyway, do you want to tell more stories, or we can talk about poop and pee?
Oh, really quick, the question. So,
yeah.
Presented Jacob this question at work, talking about the different. He's like, he said mummies were basically zombies. And Jacob and I had this conversation about it. I was wondering what you thought about it. Are mummies basically zombies? Like, how do you feel about that?
That all depends on the mummy, right?
Okay.
So a mummy is dead, but brought back to life. But a mummy has, at least from my interpretation of it, has more the ability to think, to process, to do things, to scheme. To, you know, they aren't just mindless flesh wandering around trying to eat other people. I don't even know if mummies eat people. I don't know if they need to eat the flesh of the living to continue moving forward. Like, I don't think that mummies and zombies are the same thing at all. I think a mummy could climb, for instance, whereas a zombie, as science teaches us, cannot climb.
I love that the chat's getting up. So I kind of went through the same process as you. I'm like, well, they're both dead. But then like 3 seconds later, I'm like, hell no, they're nothing like zombies. Like they don't go, like their purpose is they're the reaction to a curse, right?
Yeah.
And once that curse has been fulfilled, they no longer exist. Like they aren't hungry. They aren't seeking brains. They're not like changing more people into mummies. They have one specific purpose. And once that purpose has been fulfilled, then they're no longer needed.
Right.
And they turn back into dung beetles.
Yeah. So I would say, And we all know Brendan Fraser is the only person that can handle a mummy returning.
He was so pretty. Holy crap, he was a pretty man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Somebody did a GQ or somebody did a big expose on him recently and where he is and what he's doing and whether he cares about Hollywood. Yeah, he got blacklisted for something, but I don't know enough to even go down that road.
I think it was just like he had some conservative beliefs and wouldn't have sex with somebody, so they're like, well, F you. And I'm just like, that's really depressing because he was fun.
He's all right. I liked him in that Blast from the Past movie where he was the guy who had hung out in the bunker for his whole life with Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
And wasn't he? I just remember like one of my girlfriends had the biggest crush on him. So like I looked at pictures of him constantly because she would send them to me.
He did. He signed on for pretty much anything. I think that's what did him in is if a script came to his office, he was like, yes. That's how he ended up in things like Monkey Bone.
Like he always did like the goofy stuff, right?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, he did Encino Man. He played a caveman. That was kind of cool.
Like, Mitch, if you set a mummy on fire, you have a dead mummy. If you set a zombie on fire, you have a bigger problem on your head.
That is true. You've got a zombie on fire now.
Yeah.
You don't have a dead zombie. That's great.
But that's, you guys, like, I think that's a fun conversation to have with people. But I mean,
Yes.
it was fun to see you go through something very similar to me.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, kind of, no, not at all.
I had to talk it out. You know,
Yeah.
It's important. You got to use your voice. Get the answers you want.
Good. Oh, yeah, I guess we could read a story.
News better left untold. Oh, somebody clogged a toilet. I don't even think we ever read that story, actually. Someone clogged a toilet, and no, we just got on to my personal experiences with poop.
Oh, it wasn't actually poop. It was a 20-ounce soda bottle.
Oh, we could have just read a little bit more and avoided that entire 20-minute detour.
About crap.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Not sorry. News better left untold. Florida men accused of trying to burn down the house in using ragu spaghetti sauce.
Wait, what?
Ragu spaghetti. Okay. 2 Florida men are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's home and using ragu sauce to try and burn it down.
I think I must have been a douche.
Their same boyfriend? Like I
I
dated
guess.
him and then you dated him and then we got together like a weird plot from a strange rom-com. And then like they hurt that guy, but then they fall in love with each other and they're like, oh, this is great.
That would be amazing.
That's the movie. Derek Irving, 36, and John Silva, 28, were arrested after allegedly breaking into the home and stealing several items, including a flat-screen television, window, AC unit, and a vacuum. All the important stuff, you know. This is clearly...
This is mine. I bought this for him.
This is how men rob your house. We're like, screw the jewelry. Where's the AC unit and the flat screen? The victim called 911 after being alerted by security cameras of motion being detected in the house. He said a towel had been placed over one of the cameras. These were professionals. Arriving. That's so nice way to do it, though. You see in so many movies where they show their face and they either bang on the camera or they spray it with some sort of spray paint. This is a really nice way to go. We don't want to ruin everything. We just don't want you to know who we are, right? That's kind. Arriving deputies saw a red SUV leaving the area and conducted a stop. The 2 men inside the vehicle, later identified as Irving and Silva, said they were just picking up clothes from the home. The victim said that Irving was wearing a bull costume. Furries. They were not only...
What does the bull costume even look like?
I don't know. I mean, the Durham bull, the woolly bull dude, like, you know, he probably knows what a bull costume looks like. The men initially denied the burglary, but when authorities went to the home, they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the stove's burner, which appeared to be in an effort to start a fire. He was trying to make it look like I left the stove on, but who gets up at 2 a.m. and fixes sketty? The victim said. Sketty.
Oh, sketty.
They quoted
really?
it by saying sketty.
Yeah, no. I can see why they tried to burn you alive.
Spaghetti. Say it with me.
Sketty.
If you're not 6, you should be able to say that word. Sam is 3, and he can say spaghetti.
He can say a lot of things that normal people can't say.
He can say words I can't say. Listening to him say Mike Wazowski from Monsters Incorporated is the cutest thing in the world. It's such a wonderful attempt at saying it, and it's such a fail, but it's so awesome. But he will sit there and he'll say, "Can we watch Monsters Incorporated?" And I'm like, "You're 3. Like, you incorporated. Like, who are you? You crazy person."
It was funny because they stopped by yesterday because they were at a restaurant. They was closed. So Jacob and I will just stop by like their house unannounced because we're a-holes.
Yeah.
But Steven and Stephanie intelligently call before they stop here because the likelihood of either Jacob or I or both of us being naked is high.
It's much more in the range of definite possibility.
Very high. So they call, and in fact, yesterday one of us was unclothed because Jacob had just literally just gotten out of the shower, and I was like, "Put clothes on. We're getting company."
It's important. You should be wearing clothes when company comes over, or when people who work in the city come through your backyard to test
Oh my
things.
God! I mean, but, like, don't come to my. So I was actually I was talking to a mutual friend of ours today, Chris, and he was talking about where he moved, and this lady was like, because he lives in Florida, this lady from New York came and was like, you can't do this and you can't do that. Why they were building, like, because Chris and his wife were building their house. And she came over and she's like, you can only burn fires in your property when the wind is blowing southerly.
What?
And Chris was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna have the fire.
Some people are awful. Like, some neighbors really suck, and they just get. We had a neighbor, man. We live out in the country. We're supposed to be able to do what we want to do. Playing music at night. We get, dude drives up. Hey, you guys should stop doing that. And I'm like, we live 100 miles from anybody, and your stupid house is like forever away from our yard. I'm very sorry you can hear this, but I did not move out here so that I had to stop doing everything at 9 p.m.
Yeah, like you moved to, and that's the funny thing. I told Chris, I was like, I guess it's a good problem to have, but like our neighbors are so nice. Like,
yeah,
they're so nice. And like, actually, one of them I spoke to her a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't talked to her in like the month because we had been busy and we'd been moving stuff and we'd been traveling. And I don't just walk over to people's houses, but she's from Argentina, and she's like, did we I was so worried that we did something, and I thought we had upset you. And I'm like, oh my God, Marina, no. Like, I was like, I'm kind of just a hermit. Like, I stay in and I do my stuff all day, and then when Jacob gets home, like, we may go on a walk, but like, do you want me to just come over to your house and talk to you? Like, no.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to do that.
Like, we're dickholes. Let me stay in our house and grumble when we see our neighbors.
Yeah, like, I'm all for, like, I'm out in the front yard and I see my neighbors, we'll talk, all that stuff. But I don't go over, because it's a similar situation when you're in kindergarten. Like, you're not all you're all the same age, but that's not what's important here. And it's just like in a neighborhood. Like, we all live a mile from each other, but that doesn't mean we're all into the same things and need to be friends.
Yeah.
Maybe we are, but maybe we aren't,
Like, the people directly across from us have 2 kids. Like, one of them's just, I don't know, maybe 5 months old or something, if that. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, we're not even remotely in the same life stage. Like, we're not doing what you do. And it's like these dudes that are friends. Like, okay, our kids are friends, but I've tried to hang out with you 3 times, and I cannot get this. Like, this is not, me and you are not going to be a thing ever.
Yeah,
We are at best, how's the weather? How about them Mets? Like, that's, and I'm even going to be like, I don't even know what I just asked you, but what is, you like sports ball? Talk. You go,
Yeah, like, I just, like, the only person that I really, like, would care to have a relationship with is the neighbors on the other side, because they're both from Israel. It's and her name's Yael, which is cool, and his name's Ronan, and he teaches freaking yoga like right up the road. And so I'm just like, I do yoga every day. You do yoga every day. I might come to one of your classes.
Well, there you go. See, and that's a common thing.
I have not initiated a conversation with you because I'm not a good person and I don't talk to people.
Yeah.
Unless they're at Dragon Con waiting to eat at Ted's.
And then we talk to them and strike up long-lasting friendships over the internet.
See, why can't, like, they live next door? You guys need to move.
It's hard to find your tribe. Now, this dude over here, who Sam's friends with his son, and Stephanie really likes his wife, he's into comic books, board games, D&D, all kinds of stuff. He's great. I love that guy. I let him borrow a comic book. He was like, this is great. I'd like to check out another one. I'm like, sure, man.
So the only thing that confuses me about him is the first time I met him, he was decked out in Duke. And then at the birthday party, he was wearing UNC. And I'm like, who are you? You can't do that.
Don't cross the streams.
Like, that's... No.
I'm wearing an Alabama hat and an Auburn hoodie. It's like, what are you doing? This is wrong.
Like a Marshall and WB. No.
It's like you're making some mistake. Your body's gonna rip itself in half.
Yeah, like what do you? And then I think he told somebody that like sometimes he'll wear Duke and UNC apparel just to really confuse people, and I'm like, I would throw up.
He's so awesome. Such a cool dude. We should do another story. WTF section.
Steven's like, please do the show. San Antonio apartments test dog DNA to catch tenants who don't scoop. Okay, I have a question. I literally asked this question to someone hours ago today. If you have a dog and you do not have land for the dog, why?
Because they're your children, Smash. That's
so
why.
You have made the
Thank you,
decision
Kelly.
as an adult human being
To have an animal.
walk behind something and scoop its shit.
Yes. Yep.
That's not a child that will not take care of you when you're dead. I mean, when you're almost dying. Not going to take, like, the dog's not going to take you. Your little Shih Tzu isn't going to take you to the doctor's office when you're 80.
You know what they will do? They will eat you. If you die alone and your dogs are in the house, they will eat you. So you've got that going for you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's happened. That happened to a dude recently, like in the last couple years. He shot himself in the shed, and his dog ate him.
I mean,
it's there. It's meat. That dog's like, well, I'm real sad you're gone, but I can't let this go to waste.
Well, yeah, it's just like I was trusting you to feed me, and since you're not gonna, I'm gonna eat your liver.
Yeah. I'm just not a dog person, so I don't know. I can't answer that question.
I like dogs. Like, I would love to have a freaking German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds, especially little black ones, and they're just so cute, and they always look like they're smiling, and they answer to stuff in German because you can train them, and I'm just like, yes, they'd be my best friend, but I'm not going to have them in the house. I'm not going to walk behind them. I'm going to have an area where if they do crap all over the yard, I don't have to run over it with a lawnmower.
Yeah. And it's just, so the chat, like Kelly, I love dogs. To scoop the poop doesn't bother me. Dogs are awesome. You go to the lake, play frisbee with your dog, and drink beer. Best time ever. For me, I don't want to do those things. That's okay. I had a kid, so we could potentially do stuff that I like to do together, and that he likes to do. You know, it's just a thing. I don't like dogs. I don't want one. You know. But some people, it's great if you do. It's awesome. My parents have dogs. I love their dog. I like going to their house and seeing their dog. I like one of my sister's dogs, and she knows. And I think he's great. But I don't want them. I don't want to have them. I don't want them. Because every house we've ever moved into, the people before it owned dogs. And every time the heat turns on, I just smell dog everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching someone walk up the street with a baggie of dog shit in their hand. And I'm like, you're carrying shit in a bag on a daily basis. I mean, the real big assholes just let their dog shit on the road and just leave it there. And I hope you fall in it one day and get it in your mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's one person who left their dog's poop on the greenway, in the middle of the concrete greenway where people run and ride their bikes.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
I don't understand. I really like I said, somebody's like, shepherds get big. Yes, I like big. I don't like little.
You just give them away and get a new one every time it gets above 20 pounds.
I love that. I want a bit. I wanted a Rottweiler forever until I did some research and they have really bad hip problems, and it's just that would be heartbreaking to watch your big, massive, awesome man-eating dog just die painfully from hip issues. So I'm like, okay, let's do a German Shepherd. They're big and awesome and they're wonderful. Yeah. And they can have land and run around and be awesome outside.
You need the space. You need somewhere for them to play, and we throw the ball with my parents' dog, and that's fun. Throw the ball and it can go forever, because they've got a ton of land, so you just can throw it and it goes all over the place. If you're just in your yard, you're like, here's 8 feet of throwing a ball.
All Rotties are crazy farters. I like that too. I forgot about that, Chris. There was this, Steven, do you remember the movie Man's Best Friend that had a Rottweiler that like they had bred it with different like animal DNA. This one was cloning had just kind of taken place, and like all this like DNA splicing was a big thing in TV and movies and books. And they had spliced his DNA with like a snake, and so it swallowed a cat. It like detached his jaw, and it would pee acid.
Oh my god! No, this is a horror movie. This is
yeah, it was a scary movie, but it was like the best thing ever. But it was it really loved like this one. I can't remember anything other than that because it was forever ago.
It was it Ali Sheedy who it liked? She was wonderful. I liked her in the 80s.
Man's.
Right, yeah. That's the only name I recognize of people in this is Ali Sheedy, and I think at this point her career was kind of going. I was awesome in the 80s because it was made in '93.
Oh yeah, that's maybe why I don't remember. But there was like there was a bad guy, and like. It's Bishop. Bishop's the bad guy.
Oh, how about that?
I say Bishop. Like I don't know that man's name other than he was Bishop in
an Alien, right?
Yeah.
See, I knew what Bishop was from.
See, it was such a fun. But like I said, I watched some weird crap when I was little.
Oh, this is great. Nature created him. Science perfected him. But no one can control him.
But it was just this sweet little puppy, and like bad people. I don't like what else was Ali Sheedy in? I don't think I liked her.
Short Circuit and Breakfast Club.
Oh, she was the goth chick. Oh, but look at Rottweilers are so gorgeous. They're just such pretty dogs. Every time I see a picture, I want one again.
Would you consider her a goth chick in like '86? Like, is that a goth? Was goth a thing then?
She was the antisocial.
She was quirky. She ate pixie sticks, and that was great. I want to eat pixie sticks. She was like, I'm gonna eat 15 pixie sticks, and I'm like, if I was in high school, I'd be all down for a bunch of pixie sticks. It was 1985. Oh, that was the year I was born. I knew that movie was that year was great.
You were born in I was thinking 1995, and I'm like,
Oh no, 95. That's like Var's age or something.
It was in 85.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's older than I thought it was.
Breakfast Club. Man's Best Friend was 93. Like, sorry, I went down a rabbit hole. I'm now on Breakfast Club. I'm about to be at Ferris Bueller's Day Off, too, because this is IMDb's just fun for that kind of thing.
You're just like, click.
Click, click. Oh, look at this. Click. Oh, click at this one. Click, click, click. Var is the best. F yeah, pixie sticks.
You know what's I like the candy necklaces.
Oh yeah, those were great. You can eat them and you just slobber all over that string though. It was just a disaster.
Yeah, that was I only wore one once, and then it made my neck cold, and I'm like, this is gross.
Oh, it's so bad.
The candy underwear was extra funny.
Wait a minute. Like
edible underwear.
Like
they
a candy
made
necklace?
out of, like fruit roll-ups or candy like thongs. But there's the one candy string went up the butt crack because it was a thong, and I'm like, I'm not gonna eat butt crack candy.
No,
like, what?
Like I've never put a piece of candy up my butt and then eaten it, and I don't plan to do it.
please, someone quote or clip that. Oh my god, what?
Like that is not. There's nothing like that's basically what you're doing. Like if you would take a piece of candy, like a candy cane, stick it up your butt, and then pull it back out and then eat it, then,
right. That's why I thought it was so gross because I'm just like that's the thong part of it goes like just
yeah.
Like,
if you wouldn't do that, you shouldn't do
like
this.
Your crusty butt hair fungus.
Oh, you got all these dingleberries stuck to the candy. Oh, this is terrible.
No.
So there's some things you just shouldn't do. Like maybe you don't need edible underwear. Maybe you just have the old-fashioned way and you're just like, these are unnecessary, and you go to town. I mean
there's like crotchless underwear. You don't have to eat it. You can like you can either move it aside, not wear it, or wear the crotchless variety, which is completely effing pointless, but looks really cool.
It does actually sound kind of pointless to just, like, why are you even wearing underwear at that point?
Because it's just an aesthetic thing at that point. It's just like, I kind of look like a badass because my crotch don't got none.
That's what makes you feel powerful, is that your crotch is just not...
Crotchless girl!
That is a comic book somewhere. Somewhere.
Oh my god.
Able to what? I don't know. able to bang one out quickly.
Oh my God! Did you just bang one out quickly?
I'm so red now. I couldn't help it. That's the only superpower I could think of.
That's not a superpower.
You don't have to.
The subject just clipped the crap out of all of that.
If you don't have any underwear on, I'd imagine you could do whatever you wanted pretty quickly.
I was gonna say pee quickly, which was pretty cool, but you're just like dun 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 dun, able to bang one out quickly.
Get down to business real fast.
Wow. I didn't read the story.
It's like a reverse Power Girl. Like, oh, jeez.
Should I read the story?
Jacob worked so hard. Read the story.
I know. I'm like, I haven't made it either story. It was getting downright squishy for Kevin Morales and his German Shepherd Teddy to step outside their broadstone colonnade apartment in San Antonio with so many deadbeat dog parents not picking up after their pets. That sentence is horrible. Boo.
Jacob quote added that. I've never put a piece of candy up my butt and then eaten it.
You said and. Like, you made it sound like I've never done both of those things. It was just the way you said it was amazing.
I didn't think about it that way. That's worse.
The 282-unit community started registering the DNA of all the tenants' dogs so that when they found an errant turd, they could get it tested to catch the poopatrator. Oh, Lord.
Oh, puns. Punny news.
If you're gonna have a dog, like, at least carry the bag of shit, you know?
Do your job.
It's not just Broadstone. Nearly 30 multifamily complexes in San Antonio have instituted such programs in an effort to curb the poop. Even with the fines fetching hundreds of dollars from violators and even eviction, the programs are working to make life for all the tenants more footloose and feces free. Whoever wrote this was like, I'll tell you, give me a shitty story.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to write the crap out of this story. Literally.
So many puns. Before, let's say about a month ago, it was way worse than Morales, who stressed he always picks up after his dog. But now I haven't seen anything the last 2 weeks, so I think it's been working. I think it's a good thing for everybody. Good boy. Such doggy DNA tracking has been available to rental housing professionals for nearly a decade, but in the Alamo City, those poo patrols are still finding their footing. I can't even with this.
This is so bad.
Whatever. Like... Don't make people have to DNA test your freaking dog. Just pick up its shit. Just do it.
Do it. You have a responsibility, man, to everybody to just do your job. You know, like you've got dogs pooping everywhere. You pick up their poop. That's the way it works. That's the system as it has been established.
Crund. I haven't seen Crund in a while. I'm assuming he got moved.
Crund has been moving. Crund's got the business. Crund got a PS4, so if you want to be friends with Crund.
Oh, yay! What you got that's good in there to play?
What you got in there is good to play. Mm-hmm. I really want to play Sea of Thieves. But...
Oh! Was it you that I was telling that about yesterday?
No. Question
Chris
mark?
and Adam are playing, and they invited me to play yesterday, and that's what they were wanting me to look at, because they want to start doing it on Twitch. And I'm like, it looks fun. I could be a pirate.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, Jim Dugan, the pirate. Yeah,
that's what we need to do.
It could be pretty. It looks pretty cool, but it looks pretty cool mostly with friends. So like you have to almost have to play it with friends.
They said that you can get different boats with like different amounts of people, and I think they've got a 4-person boat. But I was just like, I would like to play with not Adam.
Yeah, I would like to play it with friends. So.
Chris and I are. Adam's so much fun, but sometimes he's such a dipshit.
I know it's so intense. It's so intense. Yeah, but it does look pretty cool. Anyway, it's neat. But tomorrow, A Way Out comes out. My parents are coming in. That's the 2-player game that you have to play with 2 players. That me and Stephanie have just been pooping our pants over since we found out that was going to be a thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you guys can do co-ops again.
Yeah, we're really excited because it's like you have to play with 2 players, and it's mainly written for couch co-op. So me and her are going to be playing some of that. It's going to be great.
And then streaming it?
Maybe.
Streaming it?
We'll see.
Streaming it!
We'll see.
So I got like 15 unwanted phone calls today from like random people. And I got so angry at the last one because I'm like, I am gonna lose my shit. So because I don't like when I get crap calls that interrupt my day that have nothing to do with anything. So I answered the phone and I just screamed the top of my lungs in the phone. I was like, "What?" Until my throat hurt, and it made me feel so good to watch the counter go up to 6 seconds and then call ended.
Oh my gosh.
Always like, that's right, call me again.
That sounds like a pretty good strategy.
So awesome. It released so much tension just at the top of my freaking lungs. I was so pissed off. Do that. Everybody should just start screaming.
Next time I get a call from West Virginia that definitely is not for me, I'll let them have it.
Just scream. This one was from like Colorado or something. It's probably like somebody I actually needed to talk to that moved and was like, "Hi."
It might be true. You could have just yelled at an old lady and gave them a heart attack.
I don't care.
It's fine. No one cares.
They deserved it.
Hey man, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to the show. Thank you, Jacob, for the notes that we read most of. That's the best. Give us a review if you really like this show on the podcasting service of your choice. 5 stars. Say that we're hilarious, we're great, and everybody should listen. That would be awesome. Follow us on Twitter at Two Dorks TV. The main thing you're going to see there is posts of when we're going live. That's really the useful thing. Or if you follow on Twitch, you turn notifications on, you'll see that. So yay.
Discord.
Tip us. Help us make the show better. twodorks.net/tip or bits or whatever you want to send us is all good because it's all cash money and it's all helpful. So thank you very much for everybody who has donated or helped us out so far. You guys are the best. We're going to leave you with these words of wisdom from Haruki Murakami from a Wild Sheep Chase. Is that a book?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Whether you take the donut hole as a blank space or as an entity unto itself is a purely metaphysical question and does not affect the taste of the donut one bit.
Isn't that awesome?
That's really scientific or philosophical way to express that a donut hole is it doesn't matter what it is.
Isn't that cool?
It
I
tastes
think that quote made
That's
me
pretty
so
good.
happy.
That's great. You guys are awesome. We love you here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. For Two Dorks, Tuesday will not be an Adventures of Steven because I will be prepping for the upcoming first round of Two Dorks D&D, Pathfinder, TD20, rolling sauce kind of things.
Yay!
So we'll be figuring that out, and I got to get you guys your info on what to do. And I've got to
Is
get
this a thing now?
Yeah, you. I was under the impression that you, at the very least, you and Jacob and Sub.
I'm down. I'm so down.
Yeah. So we've got this thing.
Duh.
We've got this thing figured out. I think we've already got our full 5-person party.
Yes.
And we'll figure that out with the max people. I don't think I can handle more than 5 as being new. Plus, it gets kind of crowded.
We'll do that because it'll be like a nice happy test run.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just sit there and you don't get to talk.
Yeah, I want it to not be too packed, and then everybody gets a, and if it does get too packed, there's always those tricks you can do, like role play initiative, which we've had those before. I've played in groups where we had very talkative mic hogging people, where they're like, we're gonna roll initiative at the beginning of this play session, and then we're gonna follow that order, and everybody's gonna get to do the thing they want to do one at a time. It's kind of like that, so that nobody got to just sit on the, like, I'm going to deal with you talking to the bartender for 3 days. So it was really handy.
I played some D&D at one point a couple times where me and the friend that were playing D&D on the Twitch would just text each other and drink because we didn't get to talk the entire 3-hour episode, and we ended up drunk and bored.
Oh yeah, and you want to be able to engage. It's a tough balance, but we're going to try to make it work. It's harder online, I'd imagine, than it is when you're sitting around the table. But we will give it a try, and I've got to learn how to work Roll20, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me. So that's what I'm going to be doing Tuesday. So you guys are the best. I'm going to choke and die. I need to blow my nose. I've been sick. This is great.
Shit, Steve. That's so many problems.
I've got so many. I love you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Bye. the end. You just